Many are called, but few are chosen. You see, everybody wants to be chosen until they actually realize what it means. Until people actually learn that the power that comes with being a chosen one comes with great responsibility. And it's not as glamorous as most of us think it is. You see, what I've learned in my spiritual journey, awakening, growth, whatever you want to call it, is that in order to ascend to great heights, you need to know what it feels like to be in the lowest pit. That is why Jesus had to go to hell before he ascended to heaven to his glory. That is also why he says that in order to be great, you need to become a servant, become the least of men. With our generation that is glamorizing being a generational curse breaker, some of y'all don't realize that in order to break these curses, you have to endure the pain and the burden that comes with being under the curse. Some of y'all are battling alcoholism because you're supposed to be the one who ends or who gets rid of that spirit within your family. But it's a struggle. Not every spirit is simply defeated by you cursing it out in tongues. Yes, prayer is powerful, don't get me wrong. Being of a sober mind and seeking out the truth of who God is. And that is not an easy journey. You see, as great and as powerful as the Bible is, it's a great manual, but it's only a stepping stone. It's only a foundation of what you should aspire to. That is why Jeremiah 33 verse 3 says, "Call unto me, and I will show you great and hidden things. I will answer you and show you great and hidden things." Meaning, not all the secrets or mysteries of the Spirit are in the Bible. Certain things you only learn by going through certain circumstances in life that bid you to want more, to want to know God more, to seek Him out from a place of truth, to seek Him out from a place of really, truly understanding what it means to love Him with all your mind, with all your heart, with all your soul. Because it's not all in the Bible. There's certain things that are just revealed to those who are diligent enough to seek God. And being a chosen one requires that of you, requires that you stand out amongst the many and you deem yourself trustworthy of having God reveal Himself to you in ways He hasn't revealed Himself to anybody else. And that's going to require you to trust yourself, because no one else experiences Him the way you do. It's a very personal relationship, which makes it very lonely as well, because most of the great things actually happen in solitude. And in most cases, being a chosen one means that you are often outcasted. You're the black sheep of your family. And it's sad, it's lonely, it's cold, guys. Because the same way Jesus was the Son of God, and yet He constantly had to reintroduce Himself. Regardless of the many demonstrations of power He demonstrated, the many miracles He performed, He constantly had to reintroduce Himself as the Son of God. And yes, those who saw in truth saw Him for who He was. But the rest of who He was coming to save, which is everybody else, doubted. Even John the Baptist, who prophesied about His coming, eventually doubted and asked, "Are you really the Son of God?" So that's what it's like. Being a chosen one, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful and great blessing. But it also comes with a lot of weight, a lot of responsibility, a lot of pain that you have to overcome. Sometimes it means understanding that the same family members who shun and call you out today, outcast you, talk down on you today, will be the same people you have to come back and deliver tomorrow, when you've done the work by yourself, when God has really worked in and on you in your wilderness. You have to come back and face these people, because you're the one who's responsible for pulling them out of the darkness, of opening their eyes and helping them in their spiritual growth, taking them by the hand and being like, "You know what? I've walked this journey so that you don't have to go through half the shit I've been through." That's not easy. You see, being a chosen one can even mean that you have to go through certain addictions, you struggle with certain addictions and spirits that have been plaguing your ancestral lineage that you now have to overcome and get rid of, and then have the wisdom to go back and notice these patterns within your family members, and have the wisdom to not cuss them out on them, but find a way to get them out of that with the wisdom you've acquired in your own journey. Being the chosen one can mean that you need to reparent yourself. Not because your parents were bad all the time, but they just simply didn't know better. So now you have to reparent yourself and get rid of all the years of conditioning that you've inherited from them in order to become a new person, and then have enough wisdom to go back and humanize your parents. Realize that they too were conditioned a certain way. They too were once kids who also endured some trauma that they may not even realize they have. But you have to exercise the wisdom to know that, okay, you know what, this person is behaving this way because of this and this and that. And right now, if I approach this matter a specific way, I'm triggering them. This is not to coddle their feelings. This is not to dance with their trauma, but to get them to a place where they can recognize their own need for healing. Because the first step to healing is admission. And you're not going to get that out of them by judging them. You're not going to get them to a place of healing, or even a place of them understanding where you're coming from, by calling them out. Being a chosen one requires you to understand that although your primary purpose deals with serving people, you may never have friends. And as much as people will always expect you to be there for them, whether it be for healing, for advice, for counseling, you might never ever have someone to confide in except your God. It is understanding that people may use you as their pillow in times of need. People will use you as their diary when they want to vent. And you will give them sound advice because you have that in you. But when you need that, all you have is your God. And yes, that's probably the best support system. But we're human, and we also feel. And we also need people that we can run to. And in most cases, we just don't have that. And it hurts. It sucks. Because it's a very big burden being a chosen one. And sometimes it can feel like it's too much to carry alone. It's a very glory is weighty. Glory is heavy. When you say the prayer of, Lord, break my flesh so your glory might be revealed in and through me, you'll say that prayer with a great conviction, because that's all you get to fall back on. That the same God who broke your flesh to reveal his glory through you will be the same God that will continue to strengthen you, that will continue to mold you into becoming a vessel that is worthy of that glory, but that is also strong enough to carry that glory, that is equipped fully to carry that glory. You see, being a chosen one means you are trusted with more power, which makes God less lenient with you. Because if you know more, you're expected to do better. And so when you have great power, you need to understand the gravity that it comes with. And know that you can no longer dance with sin. Because you can do the same thing as your friend who does not know Christ, but you will get a whipping that hurts more than what he would get. Because you know better, you should do better. Being a chosen one, it's no child's play.